Hello everyone, welcome back to Bits and Bob's Divination. My name is Caitlin and today we are going to be looking into your sweet surprises on their way in. These could be more bitter, more sweet, they might even be sweet and sour. So we're going to see what comes through and play around with them. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so welcome back my beautiful kindred spirits and anyone who is new and joining us here for the very first time. Like I said, my name is Caitlin. I use charms and a lot of different types of oracles and tarot tools and methods to bring these readings to you every single Monday for spirituality, career, love readings, and so much more. So if you're interested in those, feel free to subscribe and join our kindred spirit community. But today we're going to be looking into your sweet surprises. We have very fun Candyland characters today as well as some actual sweets. So we'll be looking into the piles here in a moment, but I do want to also let you know we're going to do a charm cast onto the actual cards today, and we're going to be doing a yes or no casting as well. So definitely give me some feedback on those because I've been trying some new methods and would love your guys' thoughts in the comments down below. Also, if you were curious about the offerings that I provide, my snail mail readings are actually closed now for December because I just have a lot going on for the holidays and will not have the time to do near as many as I normally do, but definitely stay tuned for January as I will have more open slots for those, as well as possibly some 2022 New Year's readings. So if that's something that interests you down the line, stay tuned for those. Also, the Yule spell and ritual paper is also sold out, which is, I just want to say a huge thank you. I said this also on my Instagram, but there's so much love and support that's been given to me recently, and I just feel so deeply appreciative, and I want to just send so much gratitude and love back your way. If you comment, if you've subscribed, if you've just been a part of this community in any way, in any form, in any act of support, I really truly see you and appreciate you. So thank you. But before I blubber on with all this love, let's look at these piles. So as I said, we have 3 different sweets and 3 different Candyland characters to go with the theme here. For pile number 1, we have the green Candyland character here, as well as the sugar cookie. These are new sugar cookie little kisses. So that is pile number 1. For pile number 2 here, we have the yellow character from Candyland, as well as the original milk chocolate kiss. So that is pile number 2. And lastly here, but definitely not least, is pile number 3 with the blue character, as well as the cookies and cream little kiss. So that is pile number 3. So definitely feel free to take some time here with me now so we can take a deep breath that can really cleanse and connect with your intuition with each of these piles. So let's go ahead and take that deep breath together here now. I always feel so calm and zen after doing those, but as always, take your time at choosing your pile here. You can choose 1 pile, 2 piles, all 3 piles, choose a pile, flip-flop, change your mind. Whatever really works and resonates with you is probably going to be best. Also, you can find the timestamps down below in the description as well as within the chapter marks. And as I mentioned with my offerings, they are closed right now for my snail mail readings, but you can go ahead and try to snag a spot for January, and I also will be doing ones for 2022 readings down the line. Most likely, don't quote me on that because it does depend on time, but I also have other paper sets that I want to do for other Sabbats, so stay tuned for those. There's going to be more coming out, but I just wanted to enjoy the holidays here with you and send some gratitude here today. So thank you so much, and we're going to go ahead and get started with pile number 1. Hello Group 1, if you've decided to choose the green character as well as the Sugar Cookie Kiss, then this is the pile for you. I'm going to set them over here for you so you can see them during your reading today, as we are going to be using the charms, the watercolor affirmations, as well as a lot of different oracle decks. So many you can't see them all over here, so I'll have them all listed down below in the description, as well as the Muse Tarot. Today we are looking into, and actually I forgot to say, we're also going to be doing a yes or no try again kind of reading using this little charm that I love to use for that kind of thing. It's just got a really nice balance, and I feel like it's just really fair, so I like this one a lot. So we're going to be doing that as well. So if you have a question about the surprises that we're going to be looking into, the sweet exciting moments that might be coming in, then definitely have that in the back of your mind as we go on. But we're going to be using the Muse Tarot today to look into these sweet surprises. Sometimes they can be too sweet, sometimes they can be bitter, so every type of chocolate, right, can be a whole range of things. So we're going to be looking into those surprises as they come in. So Group 1, feel free to send your energy in. We're looking for the sweet surprises on their way in over the next few months for Group 1 here. So we first off have here the Queen of Emotions. And the Queen of Emotions, I absolutely love this card. It just shows how much they are in control of the entire water suit, right? They just have so much of their emotions, their cups, their fulfilling their cup within this entire card being showcased. So there's just a lot here to dive into. So let's see, literally dive into. So let's see where that's going to come in with this Queen of Emotions. It could also be a person. I'm going to take this top card. Sorry if the audio was weird there. I'm going to take this top card. So we have here the Four of Inspiration as well coming in. So there you are with the Four of Inspiration. This also talks about community. It talks about a structure. It talks about celebrations as well. So there could be birthdays coming up within these next few months that you're going to be celebrating. There could be sweet surprises in the presents that you may be receiving. There could be like legit surprises in that way, like a surprise party. But with the Four of Inspiration and the Queen of Emotion, it seems like there's a lot of heightened emotion, a lot of heightened excitement about something on its way in, a new structure, or just feeling like you finally found your groove is what I'm getting the most. Like you just feel really like in your element, you're just like kind of feeling yourself, you know what I mean? So let's see what else is coming in. Feel free to send your energy in, Group 1, for these sweet surprises. What else can we see and what else can we learn about them? So I'm going to take this top card here. We also have the Ace of Inspiration. So this is also known as the Ace of Wands. It's an energy I personally have been working with a lot, and it's one that, like all the aces, there's this idea that you can only have it for a certain amount of time. It's like a seed, right? Eventually it's going to spoil, it's going to go bad, or not necessarily go bad, it's just there's like timing involved with this card. So right now, within these next few months, a sweet surprise coming in is like a new idea that you're going to be sparked with, a excitement and enthusiasm for something that just really lights you up, that makes you feel like you can just feel this huge wave of inspiration. Maybe it's a shower thought, maybe it's like you're just like chilling, walking your dog, and all of a sudden it just hits you. But whatever that is, that new like epiphany moment, definitely don't take it lightly. Jot it down, write down your dreams, write down those sorts of things that are popping in, because those are going to just continue to grow and continue to flourish and keep moving. I'm getting like a lot of imagery already of something opening up, right? We have like this kind of, I think it's like a lotus over and over again, or some other type of flower here. But then also over here, you can see she's listening and really opening herself up. And as she listens and really, I almost feel like if you're more present with the world, the more likely this epiphany and this surprise of excitement and enthusiasm for life of some sort, or some inspired idea is going to start to flourish. It's going to be something that's going to maybe even make you feel like this huge wave of emotion is what I'm getting as well. Like you're going to feel like physically, maybe you'll get goosebumps, or you'll feel just really in your element. So definitely celebrate in that and see what comes through there, because like I said, it's not going to last forever. This inspiration, just as much as quickly as it comes in, it's also going to leave really quickly if you don't write it down, if you don't make plans for it, if you don't actually start nurturing that seed to grow, water it, put it in the soil, start really making it grow, because otherwise it's just going to wither and you're not going to listen to it, hear it, or feel it anymore, and that emotion's just going to pass. So definitely that's a surprise that's coming in, is there's going to be this really big wave of epiphany, or this feeling of celebrating some new structure, maybe a restructure in your career, restructure in your life, something like that, that's just going to finally align. You're going to just find like that key. And it maybe even is a queen, as in like a person who kind of falls under this queen element of being very, maybe even a water sign, someone like that might be coming in and being that key element that's going to help hold up the rest of this structure. So see if that resonates, see how it works, but we're going to keep going on with the rest of the reading. So I have a lot of different oracle cards. I think we're going to start here with the spellcasting oracle. So this is going to give us some more of those bigger picture energies that are coming in, and especially since you have that queen of emotions, this deck I feel like can give you a lot of that emotional response. So definitely look into the imagery of these cards and see what comes through. So group one, we're looking for the energy coming in for these sweet surprises over the next few months for group one. So here we are with clarity. So like I said, it's like an epiphany. So if you've been waiting, like I said, for that moment, for that key element to come in, something that's going to just sort of shake this up, but in a way that, like I said, like someone coming in and just really not shaking it up, but rather like putting up that last pillar, I feel like it's going to give you a lot of clarity. You're going to feel like you can stand stronger, that the structure that you're building is just going to continue to grow brick by brick. But here you are with clarity. So I'm going to hold this one up for a moment and make sure that you can really look into it. There you are. It's a little bit more clear there. But yeah, and also just another note, whenever I see this card come up, it makes me think of like you're using your own intuition in some way. So if you guys have already watched the spiritual and magical gifts and abilities video that I have, or either one of them that I've put out, then that I would definitely recommend that, because there's like crystal balls kind of showing up here. So maybe you'd be good at using your spiritual gifts, your intuition in this, and seeing what comes through there too. It may seem like a silly sign, right, that you just all of a sudden are gonna kind of come across, but I think it's going to be like this huge thing down the line. It may seem silly, it may seem funny at the start, but I think it's going to make such a huge impact down the line. And I also noticed too, if we had that 4 of emotion, which is all about creating that structure, inspiration here, creating that structure, but there at the very beginning, you can almost see the structure growing here with those 4 pillars, and it's like one still needs to be aligned. So again, I feel like there might be someone coming in to help make that alignment happen. And it's going to help give you some clarity. So if you're looking for a mentor as well, that could be a sweet surprise on its way in. Again, it could be in their sun, moon, or rising sign. That is a water sign here. With that said, though, let's go ahead and move on to some of the other elements we have here. So I'm going to go ahead and pull you one from the Secret Garden deck. Just a little bit more on the energy coming in here. So here we have Discover. Look at the early dewdrops. Ooh, early dewdrops before they disappear within the morning sun. Again, so much of your pile is just lining up. So yeah, here you are with Discover. Again, it's just telling us that same sort of message, that you should definitely not just walk by this opportunity, because it's not going to be here forever, and it's going to be highlighted very strongly in the moment. Again, it might even feel really silly, and you may even laugh at yourself or like have a real physical, emotional response to it, but I think it's going to be this really beautiful discovery for you. And maybe even in the early morning, since we have the morning sun here, we also have 4 dewdrops. So there's definitely something about 4, 4, 4, 4. But yeah, there's 4 dewdrops there as well. That's so interesting. Okay, so let's see some more. So I'm going to look into some advice cards on some of the stuff that you have coming in here. So we're going to use the Whispers from Within Oracle cards. So we're looking for some advice over the next few months. beyond just like maybe even to give us a little hint on what this inspired idea is. If you don't already know, maybe you've already had this epiphany and now it's just kind of telling you off like, don't wait, don't waste this moment. Okay, so we have be kind to yourself. It says here quite a few things, so I'm going to go ahead and lift it up so you can see it here. There you are. So it says, be kind to yourself. Do the best you can today while honoring the process you've made so far. Use the lessons from a situation as opportunities to improve. Reevaluate and manage your expectations of yourself and others today and within these few weeks. Allow yourself time and space to heal. Acknowledge the validity of your feelings today. So one thing that I do have that comes up a lot with the Queen of Emotions as well, and if you feel like this is more of you, that might even be part of it, but I do think like the Queen of Emotions, as much as they are very in tune with their emotions, they also can be very giving to a fault at some points, where they give and give and give, and as you can see, their heart center, it's just giving to life, to everything, and giving love to everything, that it kind of leaves themselves empty. So making sure that just because you have all of this emotion, all these ideas and everything, that you don't kind of burn yourself out as well. So definitely act on it, but make sure that you find ways to also create structures that are ways of clearing your schedule when you need it, making space for yourself when you need it, honoring your own time, the amount of energy that it takes to create something, making sure that you're paid for your worth, or your worth is, and your time is seen as something that is, and not even just seen, but just truly is, your time is worth something. So making sure that you give yourself that space when you need it is going to be a really wonderful thing for you as well, because these epiphanies can just like take over a lot of your time, a lot of your energy. You might want to expel it to help other people. Maybe even you're helping someone else. Maybe you are that key. Maybe a friend's going to reach out and be like, oh my gosh, I have this amazing idea. I want you to be a part of it. I want you to be able to be a part of it. So make sure that if you feel like you don't have the time, or if you do have the time but you don't think you have the amount of time as you'd like to give to someone, that you make sure to put that out there. Make sure that that is communicated. So I'm going to pull one more card and then an affirmation, and then we're going to move to the charms, which I'm also going to cast on the cards again today. I did that recently and within the last couple of videos, so if you guys are enjoying that, definitely let me know in the comments down below. And if you're enjoying the video so far, feel free to like it as well. It makes a huge difference and I appreciate it so much. But let's go ahead. So group one here, we're looking for some advice for group one with these sweet surprises. So you have two, and of course you got these two, which makes me think of two of the things that we said on here. So we had allow yourself time and space to heal, and then we got the heal card. What is mending? So maybe this epiphany isn't coming in the best timing for you. Maybe you're trying to go through something, or maybe it even is going to be something that is and can be healing for you. Maybe it's something that allows you to let these emotions out, clear that space for yourself, because maybe you need to heal a space. And that's going to be surprising when you're like, wow, I never realized that doing this was actually going to help me, or could be therapeutic in a way you hadn't thought of before. And then we also have shelter here, and it is the big blue stem, and it says, how can I be of service? And this entire card is about sheltering others. Like you can see, they're sheltering, this whole plant is sheltering others underneath it. It shelters different wildlife within it. So this is like trying to be of service, trying to help other people, like we were talking with that Queen of Emotions, right? So this is about making sure, again, putting those boundaries out so you can continue to heal, but also being able to have that element of excitement about life, or excitement about these new opportunities coming in. So there needs to be a balance there of being able to heal, being able to put boundaries up to other people when you don't have the time or you're not ready, but when and where you can, taking advantage of these new seeds on their way in. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and just put this one right underneath here so that we can still cast within it, and move these around a little bit here. Alright, so I forgot to pull this for you, group 3, and I'm at group 2 now, so just ignore the rest of it. But I just thought I'd pull you this one because I forgot to pull it for you. But group 1, let's see what's coming in for them. for their reading. So here we are. You got, it's a marathon, not a race. So there is something about it being more long term. So I'm going to leave you with that, but I just wanted to at least include this for you. As always, take some time to see what you see within these cards. Like the video if you'd like. Let me know in the comments down below. But we are going to go ahead and move on to the charms. I'm going to cast them on top of these cards, and then we'll do the yes or no reading. So definitely have your question in mind. So here we go. Group 1. Okay, so a few of them fell off, so I'm going to pick all of that up, and I will zoom you in so you can see just a little bit better here. So we have the bowl showing up here, but it's upside down, so it could be that the Taurus is someone who is a key here that's coming in with that 4 of inspiration, but because it was upside down, it makes me think that it's someone who, like, Taurus is, as myself, I'm a Taurus, so I know that there's a lot of like structure, but they can also be very stubborn. But in this case, I feel like they really want to give that structure very willingly and very openly. So there is something about that coming in here with that bowl, like that protectiveness, that mask is off. So being very authentic is going to be really important to whatever this new venture is that you're discovering. It seems like this clarity is going to give you a lot of peace, and it's something that's been on its way for a while, because we do have the charm that I always think of this as like the universe working in your favor in small little moments, helping you manifest something towards your goal. This could be also within your spirit guides working with you through each step, so you can ask them for that clarity or to look for that clarity within the steps that you're seeing, the signs that they're giving to you and trying to give clarity for you, because there's also music involved, so it's maybe signs that are coming in through music that's going to give you peace of mind, maybe shufflemancy even. We also got the throat energy center here, so this can talk about making sure that you are speaking your truth. Earlier we were talking about the Queen of Emotions, maybe to protect your emotional state, making sure that you're not giving and giving and giving and just running out of air, running out of, emotion for yourself. Making sure to clearly state that is going to be really important. It fell on acknowledge the validity of your feelings today, so it's also making sure to speak that to yourself. So if you don't know what you need, then like yourself, then you're not going to be able to communicate that. You also have do the best that you can today while honoring the progress you've made so far, and that's falling on the selfless charm, so that has more to do with that sheltering, making sure how you can be of service. And it fell next to the partnership charms. This could be within a coworker, or this can have something more to do with a actual partnership, like a romantic partnership. But see how it resonates. You also got the inspired star that fell right here next to be kind to yourself, as well as on your ace of inspiration, your little seed that you're starting to grow, that epiphany. And what's falling right in between it is the break the cycle charm. So this is something that's been cycling around for quite a while. So it may even be something you've had an epiphany about before, and then you didn't let it grow, and you had that epiphany and it came back in, that opportunity came back in, and then you kind of detached yourself from it. So it might be just the time to break that cycle, or maybe it's something that you're healing through at the moment, and as you are being kinder to yourself, that idea might spark within the breaking that cycle there. So that's also showing up here. But I do believe that is all the charms you received here today. So I'm going to go ahead and do your yes or no reading. So I'm going to go ahead and get that set up, and I'll see you here in a minute. Alright, so I have it all set up here. We have the try again, no, maybe, yes, and better. And we're going to see what comes in for you. Definitely feel free to send your energy in for the question you have, and it's going to show us the answer that it is going to be the major one for the collective. So don't take it too seriously or too harshly, but if you feel like it's really a message for you, then feel free to take that message. But here we go. Group 1, feel free to send your energy in, your question, and first off we got try again. So feel free to send it in a little bit more if you don't feel like you finished or you're ready now? Okay, so it landed here on better. So better represents that something is going to come in that is going to be better than you thought it was. It's going to be a better result than you thought it was. And I actually came up with the idea of better from Charmed Intuition Tarot. She had this on one of her pendulum readings, and I loved it. So I love when I would get this one, so I hope you're excited as well, because here we are. It's going to be better than you even thought it was going to come out to be. So that is your full reading here with better. I hope you enjoyed here. If you did, do let me know in the comments down below how this resonated for you, what these inspired ideas maybe are that come in, the clarity, all of that stuff. I would love to hear your guys' thoughts. I've been reading all of the comments lately, and if you haven't gotten a reply, it's only because I've been super busy with the holidays, but I do read all of the comments, and I appreciate and love the feedback. So let me know what you think. I've been changing things up lately and would love your feedback. Also, please be sure to give this video a like. It really does make a huge difference, and I appreciate it so much. And also, I am all done. Like, all of my Yule paper sets are sold, and I plan to do more snail mail readings in the new year, so definitely keep an eye out for those, and I'm sure I will let you know before it happens as well. But I just wanted to send a lot of love and gratitude your way for this holiday season, for being so wonderful and supportive of this channel, of this space, by subscribing, by being a part of this community, by commenting, just letting me know and being present in this community and within my offerings for more financial support. I really, really, truly do appreciate it. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And I hope you enjoyed all these wonderful surprises on their way in, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. Hello Group 2, if you've decided to choose the yellow character here as well as the regular kiss here, then this is the pile for you. I'm going to go ahead and set it right here for you so you can see them during your reading. As today we are going to be using the charms, the watercolor affirmations, as well as a lot of different oracle decks. We have 4 different ones here, so definitely check those out down in the description below if you're curious what they are. We're also going to be doing a yes or no, maybe try again or better reading. So we're going to be looking into a specific question you have in mind using this specific spread that I will show you at the end, but definitely have a question in mind, and maybe it'll come in because of the different information we'll get. But if you already have a question in mind, then just bring it to the energy of this reading so that it will start to already kind of figure out what you need. But we're also going to be using the Muse Tarot here. So if you are ready, if you are settled, ready to go for this reading, then definitely get yourself cozy, because we're going to be looking into those sweet surprises. And with sweet surprises, they can be too sweet, they can be bitter, they can taste absolutely amazing. So these are all different kinds of emotions and ranges of different surprises, and certain things may be more bitter or sweet to others. So definitely just see how this resonates, and we'll work together to see what comes in for you. So group two, we're looking for any almost dropped them. Group 2, we're looking for any sweet surprises on their way in. Oh, they're feeling very hoppy today. So the bottom deck energy that we had on each of those was the Two of Voices here. This can talk about making a decision, needing to make a decision usually quite quickly, or start using your intuition to make this decision, because I think you might be overwhelming yourself, or looking at the facts, or Googling something a bunch, or just asking everyone what they think, what you think, what do you think I should do, what should I do? And this is about you finally making that decision because you followed your intuition and you followed your own gut feeling on the situation. So there you are with the Two of Voices so far. It seems like you're just going to start to figure something out, find something that will have more clarity in the end. But then we also have here the Lovers card showing up as well. These 2 lotuses are really calling out to me, and it's even called out to me in the first pile too. So there's something about these lotuses coming up for a lot of you that can be a sweet surprise, something that's going to be opening, unfurling, moving into place. There's just something about everyone sort of being more authentic within these piles. So definitely see how that resonates. But there is something about authenticity coming in with this card for me, for you. But this can also talk about Obviously, it can talk about like a romantic partnership, but can also talk about just in general. Really, I'm getting a lot of self-love, a lot of self-care, and just feeling more in tune with your personal needs within these next few weeks. But let's see what else there is coming in for you. The sweet surprises on their way in. So we also have the Muse of Voices here. So we have the Muse of Voices, the Lovers, and then I'm even going to take this Nine of Inspiration. I felt like we needed to see one more card from the bottom here. So we also have the Nine of Inspiration showing up here. I'll pull both of these up. But we have the Muse of Voices. There's this really beautiful bridge. This talks about communicating. It's the air element. It's like the air element if you were going to get a card. So this is about communication, about knowledge, about understanding oneself, really diving in. And also it does give a lot of clarity, and it can be kind of icy cold, right? If you're out in the icy cold wind in the winter, that's very different than the warm summer sunny wind that can come in. So this is about how you communicate and how that communication can be a bridge to someone else, bridge even to yourself. And that communication, when it comes off cold, is going to come off cold. If that communication is going to come off warm, then it's going to come off warm. And I think there's something about you needing to make a decision about how you're going to communicate to someone. Maybe someone even is going to be communicating to you in a certain way. Possibly with a romantic relationship, a friendship, someone's going to be reaching out, or you're going to be reaching out to someone because you finally made a decision, or you finally come to a specific feeling about them. And this communication is going to be empowering, and it's going to be authentic, and it's going to be real, because I think you're just ready to take down those barriers. Because the Nine of Inspiration is about putting up a wall, putting up a block. It can also talk, like you can see this huge wall here. There's not a lot of people. There's a lot of space, but not a lot of people. So this can be about putting up a mask, trying to show people only one side of yourself, not allowing yourself to be your true confident self outside of these walls, because you kind of almost either possibly boxed yourself into a corner. So yeah, this doesn't seem like the sweetest of surprises, right? But I do think that what's going to be surprising is that you're going to finally either be more authentic to yourself and to others. There's something about that, growing into your confidence, growing into what you need, you learning and understanding your needs. There's something about that. I think it's going to be a slower sweetness to this treat kind of coming in for you, and this surprise kind of coming in, because I think you're going to be surprised as the amount of confidence you're going to grow, but also that confidence isn't going to be a kind of confidence that creates a wall between others, but rather can be a door of communication open to others, where you're finally going to be able to show your full authentic self, or at least parts of your authentic self are going to come through. And maybe it's even going to be a surprise to other people, and you're going to think that it's going to be a bitter surprise. But I do think that it's going to be that sweet surprise. I think people have maybe been waiting for you to finally allow yourself to speak your truth, or maybe they already knew this part about yourself, or whatever the case may be. And sorry about that blur there. Sometimes when I'm really into the conversation, I don't tend to look up to make sure, but I just think that you're unfurling parts of yourself. Like, kind of, it made me think of Shrek when it's like they talk about, like, you know, an onion has layers, and I think you're peeling those layers, and people are going to actually see your full self, because, right, the wind can be, it makes a huge impact, but it isn't always seen. It kind of it's invisible, right? We don't think about the air element much, because to be thinking about it, you'd have to think like the whole room that you're sitting in right now is just filled to the brim with air, but we don't notice it. We don't notice it until we do. So this is about giving yourself a breath of fresh air to speak your truth, to speak who you really are, and be authentic in the world. And I think that that's going to be really transformative, possibly slower than you thought. But I think that once you come to that decision, that realization for yourself, that it's going to be really empowering. So, wow, already really excited about your pile. Let's keep moving on. I'm going to move this one up here so we can put some more cards here. So we're also going to look into some more energy of these sweet surprises, and later we'll get into some advice cards. But let's see here. The sweet surprises on their way in for group 2 here. Group 2, feel free to send your energy in through time and space here. But the sweet surprises over the next few months coming in for group 2. Let's see. So we have well-being showing up. So like I said, there's something about self-care, there's something about, and transformation is even coming with that, because we have all these butterflies sort of coming out from here. So there was this huge wall, that we were talking about earlier, you're kind of rising from it. So if you felt like even like the season has just really kind of rooted you down, if you just kind of feel like that you've been kind of stuck in something for a while, there's something about healing from that, moving through that, or having your well-being at your focus. So it's not about trying to put on these fronts for other people. It's finally putting on who you really are for yourself, not so you can be authentic to other people or try to come off as something otherly than who you really are, but it's just being your full self, your full emotions, your full potential coming forward, because you were only kind of like this half self before. So there's something emerging here underneath the surface that maybe has been festering for a while, not really coming all the way up, but maybe talking to someone. Therapy could be a really big thing. Other types of well-being practices could be a really big thing for you right now, but I just see that coming through quite heavily, this card. And even with that air image, with all this air, giving yourself the ability to take a breath, to recenter, and to open yourself up to healing, to being fully present in the moment, as well as yourself and not for someone else. So, wow, I absolutely love this card. It's one of my favorites, so I love that came through for you. We're going to go ahead and actually pull here from the Secret Garden deck. So we're looking for some more information on the sweet surprises, any other new sweet surprises that we haven't talked about yet even, coming through here for Group 2. Group 2. What do you have coming in here, Group 2? Feel free to send your energy in. There we go. So we have Radiance. I don't get this one very often, so let's see here. So we have Radiance. Keep your head held high and follow the sun. So there is like I was talking about, you had that icy air before, this icy air to you. Like, I feel like people are going to see, and I feel like I said, it's subtle. So I feel like people are going to see you unfurling, right? But it's going to be so subtle that sometimes, it doesn't feel like this huge shift or change. Although if you want to do that, if that feels authentic to you, to just like all of a sudden just be yourself and like change your hair and go for the style that you want and like just really present yourself to the world, then do that. Definitely go for it. But I do see this like slow warming, like it's just going to take a little while to come out of your shell, but I think that's going to be less of a surprise to others, but surprising to you that you had the confidence within you to even get this far, which I think you're going to surprise yourself, honestly. So I love that. Keep your head held high and follow the sun. So let's see what else you have. We're going to look into some advice cards now. So one of the advice decks that we're going to be looking through is the Whispers from Within Oracle. So as always, send your energy in. Definitely makes a difference. I don't know if that was it. I just think it was a bunch that fell. But I'm going to look through them here. Yeah, there were like 7 or 8 there, so I'm going to go ahead and keep going. So Group 2. Let's see. Your cards have been kind of almost, I think that's even why I've been getting that slow energy, because at the very beginning it felt fast, and then it like immediately slowed down. So every time I've been doing these card pulls, each time I do it, it's almost like I feel like I need to slow down to find your message, almost as if that's a message itself, to slow down the process. So yeah. Let's see, so we got pause. Oh, wow, there is something about slowing down. So maybe a sweet surprise is that also you're going to have, if things have been feeling really chaotic lately, if things have been feeling like just a lot, there's something about being able to be present in life and just pause and be mindful in the moment that's going to be surprising to you, that maybe you can find the space to do that. But here you are with pause. Feel free to pause if you want to read this, but I'm going to go through all of them. So it says here, review, rethink, reread, or reassess a situation, decision, or document today. And we even talked about a decision that you're going to be making within these sweet surprises. So that's kind of interesting. Avoid making decisions or plans on a whim right now. And that's what I immediately thought when I first said this card, and you can go back if you want to see what I said, but it was something along the lines of like there's going to be this really fast energy and you're going to have to make like a quick decision, but based off your intuition. So maybe as I've been going on, I feel like it's more about not making sure that you make a decision is still made from your intuition, but maybe it is okay to still take that time that you need to look through it. Shop around and research before making a big purchase. Get a second opinion from a trusted source. Take some time out for yourself to recharge today or within these next few weeks. So I love that we got that. Pretty straightforward energy, but I think that it's going to be needed. Maybe even if you have a big conversation also that you need to get out there with someone or really reevaluate with someone, that I think it's taking that time to plan that, taking the time to maybe do it in the mirror or communicate it with friends first to make sure that like you can see other angles might be helpful. But yeah, let's keep going. I do really like that we got that one. So we're also going to get one here from the Prairie Majesty Oracle, one of my new favorites. It's so empowering, this deck. So with the amount of confidence and new empowering messages you have coming in already, that's already exciting. I'm kind of feeling this one here. So we got the Ladybug. This is one of the most beautiful ones in the deck to get. It says Ladybug, and it says Charm. What if everything is already working out? So if you feel like things have been, like you're worried about a decision, if you're going to go one way or the other way that we were talking about with this card here, it seems that that decision, no matter what you do, it's going to work out in some way. Maybe there's going to be pros and cons to each of them for sure, but either way, whatever walk you take, whatever new path you're taking, or new conversation that you're going to be taking, whatever that is that you're kind of, and we even have that sunflower, that radiance coming in too, it's going to be clearing something for you. It's almost going to be, it's better to have taken the path than to have not have, is what I'm getting here with this one. Like, obviously work smarter, not harder, but I do think that you're going to, find the path, find the authenticity of yourself to be more pros than cons, right? That what if it's already working out? What if you show your full self, this ladybug self, and it just turns out that everyone realizes and sees the charm within you, that you're almost charming as well. That what you maybe what you were worried about expressing is actually going to create bigger and better things for you than you had previously expected. So I love that for you. So we're going to go ahead and pull one final thing, and then we're going to go ahead and move on to the charms. I'm going to cast them on the cards again here today. So definitely let me know. I've been doing that for the last few videos. Let me know if that's something you've been enjoying in the comments down below. We're also going to do the yes or no reading, so keep a yes or no question in mind, because we will be doing that here very soon. And also feel free to like this video if you're enjoying it so far. But let's go ahead and get your affirmation for the next few months, something that can help you. Maybe you can say in the mirror to yourself, communicate to yourself, that could be empowering. I felt this one right here. Inhale courage, exhale fear. Love it. There's something about just really going for it, really being yourself. You don't have to do it all at once. It might take a little bit of time to get there, but I think in the end, it's going to surprise you. Like when you look back, you're going to be like, wow, I didn't think I had the inner strength. I didn't think I had the inner courage to do that, to say that, to be, and tell people the boundaries that I need, to tell people and tell myself what I need. So I love this. Inhale courage and then exhale that fear, right? So beautiful card. Let's go ahead and move on to your charms. So, all right, like I said, we're going to cast them right on top. So here we are, group 2. One's getting stuck on me, but I'm gonna keep going. Okay. A couple of them are rolling away, so I'm going to pick those up. It seems your good luck charm here might be a Libra. I'm going to pick up the ones that fell around here, and then I will show you the whole thing. Okay, so let me zoom you in so you can see. I was going to put that one in, but that's actually part of our later thing. So, okay, the few things that we have here are, we had Libra showing up here as well as the Merry charm. So this is like a Merry Christmas charm, but it also can just talk about celebrations or celebrating, like you think about a Christmas tree, even if you don't celebrate, it's, you're putting up all these ornaments because you're decorating someone or decorating a tree, but this is like decorating yourself. Maybe I really just felt like a lot of like maybe you're changing up your style, changing up your outside appearance to be more authentically yourself. So there's something about decorating yourself or really showing and adorning yourself with love through the things that and possibly even like literally charms or through the different jewelry that you're wearing, whatever it is. I just think that you're going to allow that to come through. I also think with it said, what if everything is already working out? And then right at the end, there was the Libra card or charm near the Lovers card. So that may resonate for you. Here, near the full moon is when it fell, at least, we have the Fae charm. So this talks about the angels, Fae, other winged creatures, dragons, things like that, your spirit guides coming through and helping you. I think it's interesting that they're kind of like flying alongside all of these butterflies to help you with this your well-being here. You also got the turtle charm here near radiance, so keeping your head held high, taking things slowly, allowing yourself to slowly warm up versus like quickly like in the microwave. You also have high emotions. This is like Neptune, so this talks about your dreams and your emotions. This says here, take some time out to recharge yourself today. So there is something about recharging your emotions, needing to recharge and kind of reset those, maybe even with sleep, with dreams. There is the blue moon charm. So this talks about something that happens once in a blue moon. And sorry, there's like a random dog hair here that's driving me nuts. But anyway, it says that around avoid making decisions on a whim or plans on a whim. So a blue moon takes a while to get to. So this can talk about, again, more slow growth. But there is something about still getting back on that saddle, still continuing to make changes, like not stop entirely. Just take a pause, take a break when you need to, but continue back up when you've kind of recentered yourself and refreshed. We also have the pawn charm showing up near the 9 of inspiration or 9 of wands. So where you feel like maybe even you've been a pawn in someone's game and you're just kind of over it. We even had that X showing up here, so maybe that shows up here for you as well. But there's something about just needing to like, no more games, no more playing around. You just want to be authentic. You just want to say your piece. You just want to be heard. So that's coming through as well, that might be a sweet surprise. There is something that what she's holding here, or this person here is holding, is the jealous heart. So maybe you're also healing from something along those lines. And then we also have here the delicate charm, as well as it's the show your stripes charm. So this is like showing your stripes, showing your cards. You're not playing a poker face anymore. And maybe that seems like a very delicate thing to be doing. Like you're not really sure if you're going to like break free from doing that by showing your full self or showing the whole picture. But I still think that it's going to be better for your well-being if you do so versus if you don't. So that is the full spread there with all of the charms. I hope that was helpful. We're going to go ahead and move on to the yes or no question. So if you have that in mind, definitely keep it in mind, and I will see you in a moment when I have it all set up. All right, so I have the charm here. Feel free to send in the question that you have in mind. It needs to be a yes or no question for this, but it is a collective reading, so see how it resonates for you. It's for a lot of people with one specific answer, so this is just going to give us the majority, but if it feels like it's for you, it probably is. But here we are. Let's see. Feel free to send your energy in. The answer to Group 2's question is yes. So we have yes here. So you got a yes. That could be good or bad depending on your question, but here you are with a yes. So I hope it is what you were looking for, but there you are. If you enjoyed this reading, please do let me know in the comments down below. I've been changing things up lately, so I appreciate any feedback. And I'm just curious. I haven't been able to reply to everyone lately, so if you've been waiting for a reply on any of your questions or any of your comments down below, I've been absolutely reading every single one, but I just have had so much going on with the holidays that I haven't had as much time to reply to everyone. So do know I do see everything that is written down there, and I appreciate it so much. Also, please be sure to like this video. If you did like it, I appreciate that as well. It's something very small, but can make a big difference and impact. Also, if you are new to the channel, maybe this is one of your first readings, maybe this is all new to you entirely, then feel free to subscribe. I put out new readings every single Monday, and it's a really wonderful little community here of lots of kindred spirits with so much support and love to give. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you for subscribing, showing up, being here for yourself. It means so much to me and to you. And also, just in case anyone was curious, all of the offerings that I have right now are currently closed or sold out. So if you've been waiting for a reading, or if you're interested in a reading or in the paper that I create, then definitely stay tuned. I will be showing more of that later on. So I will see you in the next one, and thank you so much for watching. Bye. Hello Group 3, if you've decided to choose the blue character here as well as the Cookies and Cream Kiss, then this is the pile for you. We are going to be using the charms, the watercolor affirmations, as well as a lot of different oracle decks. So I will have all of those listed down below for your convenience if you want to see all of the different supplies that I'm using here today. We're also going to be doing a yes or no reading. In the past I've done it with dice, but today we're going to do it a little bit differently, so any feedback on that would be very much appreciated. But we're going to try that out today. Definitely have a yes or no question in mind, or come up with one as we keep going. Maybe that'll come and become more clear with the rest of the cards. But we're also going to be using the Muse Tarot here today. So if you are cozy, you're ready to go, feel settled, grounded in your energy, then we are going to go ahead and get started to look at your sweet surprises. As I've said in the other piles, sweet surprises, they can be sweet. They can also be kind of like Sour Patch Kids, sweet and then sour, sour then sweet, bitter, chocolate, it can be all different types of spectrum there. So we're going to see what these surprises are. We're going to be looking mostly for the sweet ones, but sometimes things can be too sweet or too bitter, right? So we're going to see as it comes in. But here we are, group 3. So first off, we have the moon here. So here we are with the moon. I feel like I needed to say the number for whatever reason, so the number 18. But there you are with the moon. It's even the pink moon as well, so it could be a surprise that makes its way to the pink moon, or the I do believe it's the moon within April, but I could be wrong. So there you are with the moon there. So this talks a lot about your opening your intuition, opening yourself to your emotional state, your dreams, your subconscious. So maybe there could be a surprise coming in through your dreams, something you're going to be learning there. But let's see what else there is. Group 3, what else is there coming in for these sweet surprises? Sweet surprises, group 3. Feel free to send your energy in through time and space. We also have the Empress. Funny that I said space, as we see all of this space coming out from them with the solar system, so it could be something that's going to be very expansive, right? We have the full moon, very expansive, very cosmic, so there might be something coming in there that you're just going to be feeling like you're expanding on an idea, expanding on something that you're growing, because the Empress can also talk about fertility. It doesn't necessarily need to be necessarily like fertility on a physical sense, but it can be like fertilizing the things that you're trying to grow. So that means that using more tools, or asking for more help, or finding more opportunities and resources to make something grow even better and stronger. So there's something about that coming in. You might be getting new resources, someone coming in to help on that side of things. because we do have the moon here and this expansiveness, we're going to see what else comes in and expand on the ideas here already. So group three, what else do we have coming in for these sweet surprises? Some more information and clarity here on this. So we also have strength coming in. So this talks about a lot of courage, inner strength. So this is kind of almost not the opposite to the moon, but with that sun showing up here, I feel like you're going to be having the strength almost to expand on a new idea or expand on your emotions. If you felt like they've been stifled a lot lately, or you feel like you haven't been able to communicate them or have the courage to really express them. So you may be having someone come in even that's like this Empress feeling, someone you can have huge conversations with, expand these conversations with. Even maybe you're opening your mind, is what I'm getting here too. Maybe being more open-minded. Allowing new ideas to come in, allowing new perspectives to come in. So there's something about opening your mind, opening your space to something new that you want to fertilize and bring into your practice, it almost feels something kind of like spiritual because of that moon element. So if you practice magic, it could be that. If it's more religious, it could be that. But there's something maybe on that line, your core beliefs, something on that's going to be expanded, or even on a societal level. So for whatever reason, I feel called to pull one more card for you. So I'm going to pull one more. Okay, so we have the Page of Voices showing up as well. So I wasn't sure if I was feeling this one or not, so it may resonate for only a few of you, but we're going to see. So we have the Page of Voices, very eclectic, playing around with different, like I almost am getting like on a societal level, if you've been opening your mind to maybe a new religion, or opening your mind to a new spiritual practice, opening your mind to nature or something on that level, or even on a societal or political level, there is something there that I just feel like you're opening your mind, you're seeing with clearer glasses, and you're playing around with this space, playing around with what you can do within this space that you're learning and playing and creating a new space within yourself with. The Page of Voices also talks about someone not always being necessarily the most confident. They may come off as very confident. They may be wearing all the right things, looking the part, but on the inside, they don't really necessarily have the confidence there yet. So even though you're expanding on a new idea, and that's the really fun, sweet surprise of this new idea being expanded upon in this new universe, just like right in front of you, and it maybe is even going to surprise you as when it comes in, maybe even at a full moon. I think that it's going to make you want to maybe put those rose-colored glasses on, see things and be like, wait, I just want to go back to the way I saw things before. I'm almost getting a spiritual awakening here for you guys. And you're like, I want to kind of go back to the way things were before. I don't want to look at all of this. I don't want to see it yet. I'm not ready yet. So there is something about this uncertainty, wanting to put back on something that makes you to see only parts of the situation. You're not seeing the whole picture. So like I said, you're going to be expanding your mind, expanding your practice, expanding a space within you. And maybe you're not going to feel necessarily ready for it, but regardless, I think that you're still going to get hit with it. So it's up to you to see how much you want to expand, right? You can always push against it, but I do think it's going to be really transformative for you and going to open up so many more avenues for you too, if you choose to take it. So we're also going to look at the more energetic side of it with some oracle cards. So let's see here with the spell casting oracle. Here we go. So what did we get here? So we have reconciliation, another huge full moon. So there is something about fullness, something coming full circle, a full picture, seeing the full thing for what it is. And I almost am seeing like illusion showing up here. If you see all those little lines, right, there's this illusion. I just want to dance in the illusion. And I think the matrix is opening. You're opening your eyes, you're seeing something for the first time in a new way, and it's gonna maybe surprise you. You're gonna be like, I don't know. But I think that you're going to be reconnecting with a part of yourself, maybe you knew this before, you put those glasses on and you kind of moved past it, and this is you revisiting that. And maybe it even has to do with forgiveness or kind of even reconnecting with a past self, reconnecting with a past life. It definitely feels very like woo-woo, and I know I'm kind of talking kind of like that, but I just feel that for you guys. Like, it just feels like something so expansive, so otherworldly, so open that you don't even maybe know what to do with it, right? So here we are with reconciliation. We're going to get some more energy cards, but I think it's going to be really powerful to get your advice cards. So let's go ahead and keep moving. So let's see here, group 3, the expansiveness. Let's get some more clarity. Just a few cards here, just one card, please. Some more clarity on the surprises coming in here for group 3. And with that reconciliation, there's even like a rainbow there, so maybe that's part of it. Bloom and attract more butterflies. So there was that fertility element that we had with the Empress, blooming, coming into your own. So it can even be like maybe you're moving into a new phase of your life too, like maybe you're moving from teenhood to adulthood, or maybe you're moving from your 20s to your 30s, or there's just like this new leap that maybe that's not the surprise, but maybe you're going to be surprised as how much that has expanded your view of life, expanded your ideas, or maybe you're looking back and noticing how much you have bloomed, and that's going to also kind of be surprising, but in a sweet way. So there you are with bloom showing up here. We also have this little bird, which makes me think of that page of voices again, because the page of voices on a traditional Rider-Waite Smith card usually has like, and I'm going to go ahead and pull one out for you. So here's from the Modern Witch Tarot, but there's the Page of Swords. So there's 2 different kinds of pages here, and they both give off a different vibe. So this one's giving you like that like illusionary side of it, and this, the Page of Swords, talks about finally getting new information but feeling unsteady, right? They're kind of like holding it, like they're like, how do I swing this? What do I do with this information? Like, I know I'm on this cliff now, I know I have this new information, I know all these sweet surprises have come in, but what am I supposed to do with that? So I'm going to go ahead and leave this one here in case you need it, but it seems like you're ready to bloom, but you're blooming into something you weren't expecting, if that makes sense. Like, and I think that that's going to be surprising, but long term, a really good thing. So you're kind of like bridging that gap. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and move on to your advice cards and see what comes in there. So this is the Whispers from Within Oracle, and we're going to see some advice coming in here for you with this new like spiritual awakening or these new societal awakenings. There's just like this awakening element. Do the thing. So you got the do the thing. Avoid procrastination. Today came up here at the first. But I'm going to put it up here so you can read it as well. Hopefully you can there. It says, do the thing, avoid procrastinating today or within these coming months. Make a confident, well-informed decision within these coming months. Set reminders in your calendar to take care of business. Ask others to help you get started on a big task. Continue working on a long-term project, goal, or dream, and release fear towards an outcome of a situation. That's the one that came through the most here. Release fear towards an outcome of a situation. So I feel like you wanted a specific outcome. Maybe you were going even into these piles. Maybe even later you're going to have a certain outcome in with these, with the charm here cast that we're going to do with your question. But it just seems like if you're waiting for a yes from the universe to do the thing, do the thing. I think that it's going to surprise you, and maybe how it's going to come out, how it's going to come full circle. Maybe you're going to have a lot of transformative experiences that come through this. But I do think that even with that fear, if you don't feed the fear and instead use the fear as like momentum, I think that that's actually going to be this huge like awakening, this huge expansiveness, this like taking off those glasses and getting the thing done, which is really exciting. But we're going to go ahead and pull one more advice card, and then we're going to go into your affirmation as well as the charms and the yes or no reading. So stay tuned for those. Let's keep going. So group, wow, that one fell so fast. I'm going to turn this back around. So we have here, Badger, defend, am I fully claiming my authority? So like I was talking, you have those rose-colored glasses, and it's making you feel like maybe you can't be of service towards people. Maybe you are awakening yourself to spiritual gifts, and you're like, how am I supposed to use them? How am I supposed to be almost like volunteering, like maybe if it's a societal thing and you're like finally seeing the bigger picture of something within society, like how can you do the thing? How can you claim your authority? How can you vote? How can you on a political level? Maybe there's so many different layers that could be coming through here, so definitely see what resonates. But there is something about standing your ground, if that's standing your ground for other people, for marginalized groups, for yourself, for this awakening. There's something about just making a move, doing the thing, moving forward, connecting with other people, and blooming, right? Because it says, and attract more butterflies. So that's also I almost feel like with this reconciliation, it's like you're creating a community as well, by doing this, or maybe reaching out to communities, and right, they're like reaching out, and you almost feel like there's this strain, right, of reaching out, but you're still reaching out anyways. You're making those steps forward. So I love that. There you are with the badger. Let's see what else is coming in here with your watercolor affirmation. So here we are, group 3. What affirmation do you need for these coming months and this new awakening or expansiveness? Refresh your space. So you're getting refresh your space coming in. Interesting that you got space, because there was that expansiveness with space. And even, you know what I also noticed too? It's almost like you're seeing something new in your orbit, right? Like all of a sudden an asteroid has come by Earth and you're like seeing something new in your orbit and you're like, what is that? So it seems like something is coming into your orbit, maybe a new person, a new whatever it is, like we already kind of talked about, but it's something that's going to refresh something, almost click the restart button. So there you are with refresh your space. Let's go ahead and move on to your charm cast. So like I said, I'm going to cast right on to the card so we can really dive into that information that comes in here. But here we go. Group 3. Okay. So we have a couple of them trying to fall off the table here. But I'm going to just flip some of these over and then, interesting. So, okay, anyway, I'm going to zoom you in so you can really see a little bit more here. Try to maybe move this up a little bit. Okay, so we have them all over the board, but the ones that are falling through and noticing the most here is underneath bloom to attract more butterflies, and right next to the reconciliation where I talked about maybe a past life or a past version of yourself, you have flipped over, so it's like you're almost still resisting this bloom, but there seems to be a surprise coming in for inner child work, or just reconnecting mostly with a past version of yourself, because this is little middle school me, so I always think of it as either giving back to your inner child, reconnecting with your inner child, or reconnecting with a past version of yourself, right? If you're moving from your 20s into your 30s, you might be noticing something that's coming in from your 20s and moving into your 30s, and maybe you're resisting that, or you're not seeing that full picture of how that's going to come into your orbit, but it is blooming underneath the surface. Some of the other ones we have here at the nose of defend, we have self-care, the self-care charm coming in here. So this is about self-love, self-care, something maybe about your nose showing up here. Maybe you're feeling defensive about that. That might be something very specific for a few of you, but there is also self-care maybe coming in with smells, or maybe that has something to do with claiming your authority or claiming your spirituality, something on like a Claire's level with smell. You also have the Simba charm, so this talks about something that is very young and very new to you. It's a very young experience where you're feeling very like, I'm just going to go after it and I'm going to do the thing, but it's going to still feel kind of like off kilter, right? You're still not ready to hold that sword. So yeah, I think that keeps coming in several different times, that you are still at the very, very beginnings of this, and that's what's going to really be opening. There is something about having a clear, loving heart towards yourself with make a confident, well-informed decision. So if you're making a decision, that it needs to come from the heart center, and from your intuition, from the heart, from the gut, versus from like what media is telling you to do or what the universe is telling you to do, whatever it is, I just think it needs to come from like your authority and your voice. You also have the chip charm. So this makes me think of something that you're like chipping away at, because it's like a gambling chip, but it also can talk about gambling or risk involved. So you may feel like this is really risky to reconnect with yourself, reconnect with a past version of yourself, possibly something to do with career, because we do have the career charm showing up here. But I do think that it's going to be worth the risk, worth the time and the effort to understand this and expand on it versus kind of just closing it off. Because we do have the worry charm, so it seems like you're worrying, you're procrastinating it because you're worried about it. But if you open those emotions, open those doors, that I think that confidence is going to come in. So those are all of your charms here. Definitely take a minute, see what comes through for you. Feel free to let me know in the comments down below how it's resonating and all that kind of good jazz. But we're going to go ahead and move on to the yes or no reading. So I will see you there in a moment. All right, so here is the board all the way set up. We have try again, no, yes, maybe, and better. We are going to go ahead and look into a yes or no question that you have, so feel free to send it on in to this little charm here. This is a collective reading, so definitely take it with a little bit of a grain of salt, because it's going to be looking into the highest energy coming in, so the one that's going to be like the most likely answered, right? Or the one that's coming in the most, more yeses versus nos, or whatever it is. So definitely see how it resonates. Don't take it too seriously, and we're just going to play around with this. But if you have your energy sent in, if you're ready to go, we're going to go ahead and look at your yes or no question. So here we are, the yes or no question for group 3 here, and we have yes. Okay, so another yes. Group 2 also had yes. Sorry if I just spoiled that if you were going to go look at group 2. But yeah, we had yes showing up here apparently twice. So even if you were going to go look at group 2, it seems that you were going to get a yes anyway. So it seems with this yes, depending on the question that you asked, that could be a good thing. It could be less so. So just take it as it resonates. See what comes in for you. If you enjoyed this reading, if you enjoyed the new layouts and new things I've been playing around with, then definitely let me know in the comments down below. I may not always get to them so fast lately because I've been quite busy with Christmas and with the holidays and Yule and all that kind of stuff. So I haven't had enough time to really reply to everyone, but I do read all of your comments. I do appreciate all of your comments. I really do. I just don't always have the time. So I'm going to be doing that this week and really diving into those. So if you have feedback, if you have thoughts, definitely let me know in the comments down below. I love constructive criticism and I love feedback, but I also just love to hear how these resonate for you. Whatever you want to put down there, I appreciate it. Also, please be sure to give this video a like. I really do appreciate that as well. It makes such an impact, and I appreciate that. How many times can I say appreciate? I really do appreciate you guys. Also, if you are new and maybe this is your first time seeing all of this setup anyways, and you are interested in the readings that I put out every single Monday, then definitely feel free to subscribe. I would love to have you within our little Kindred Spirit community here. It's very wholesome, very sweet, very loving and supportive. So thank you if you want to join. I appreciate that as well. That's apparently my word of the day. But also, on the line of appreciation, I actually don't have any offerings to tell you guys about today because they're all sold out at the moment. So thank you to everyone who has purchased something from me recently, who has supported this channel on a financial level, I even had someone sent in a tip the other day, so thank you to those who have been doing that. I really do appreciate it. All of the information on my further offerings, in case you're watching this in the future, will be down below. But yeah, I just wanted to say thank you. So much appreciation and love goes out to you all. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing, financially supporting, and all of that. It really does mean so much. So thank you. I hope you're enjoying your holiday season or whenever you are watching this, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.